You will not find happiness until you separate yourself from the things that are no longer making you happy. So welcome back to my 6 things I stopped doing to make me happy series, and let's get straight into it. Disclaimer, sorry about my voice, I'm a little sick. But one of the first things is getting mad or frustrated over not getting things that I don't deserve. I think a lot of times we have this assumption, especially because of social media, when we see things or we hear about things, that we want that thing too. We want to make that money. We want to have that body. We want to go on that trip. But you can't get frustrated or mad because you can't do that thing. You should get frustrated and mad if you're going to at yourself because you haven't put yourself in a position to get that thing. I had to realize for myself, like, I can't keep getting mad at myself because I don't have the body I want if I know I'm not eating right or I'm not going to the gym. I can't get mad at myself that I'm not making the money I want because if I wasn't me, if I was a hiring manager, if I was someone giving out money, whatever the case may be, and it was 3 people and I was one of the 3 people and they had experience and they had education, they had all these other things, would I pick me? It's easy to say you would pick yourself because you love yourself. You want yourself to have a better life. You want yourself to make more money. But just take yourself out of yourself and be honest with yourself. Do you deserve some of these things? And also, I want to I don't want to be inconsiderate when I say this because I get it. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different things going on. But also, you have to be honest with yourself in a sense of, do you deserve change? Because I know a lot of people who are working 2, 3 jobs, right, to get by. If you are working 2 to 3 minimum wage jobs, you can't keep getting mad that you're just getting by or you're barely getting by. Like, I know it's messed up and I'm not trying to be rude. I really want to be honest with y'all when I say this. But at the same time, if you are not doing anything to make yourself more valuable, then why would anybody ever pay you more money? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not doing anything, whether it's, like I said, maybe getting a certificate or going back to school or just doing something that will make you more valuable, you're going to keep working those 2 to 3 jobs. You get what I'm saying? You're getting mad at yourself, like, I deserve more, I deserve more. Like I said, take yourself out of yourself. And I get it, it's hard. I'm not trying to say it's easy. I'm not trying to say going back to school or getting certificates or all this other stuff will be easy. But you have to pick your hard. Either you want to go through what you're going to go through for the rest of your life, or for a couple months or a year or 2 or 3, you're going to be really probably cranky because you don't get that much sleep, probably annoyed because you can't go out with your friends, probably frustrated because you had to move back in with your parents. Whatever you had to do, you had to do. But let's just be honest with ourselves. Do you deserve the life that you want, the things that you want? Have you put in the work to get those things? And many times I realized I wasn't. So I had to stop getting frustrated with myself because it's like, it's messed up and I want the best for myself, but I don't deserve that. And so I can't keep getting mad at myself because I know the truth behind it. And going off of that, I had to realize I have to start categorizing my priorities mentally and being okay with that. I've talked about this in a previous video, but I realized a big issue that I had was I wanted to do everything at once. I wanted to get my body together. Also, I wanted to make money on my business. Also, I wanted to grow on social media. It was so many things that I didn't have enough energy to put in my opinion, enough time in each one that it deserved. And what frustrates me is I make content like this. So I'm learning as time goes on to prioritize stuff and all this other stuff, but I still would get mad. I still would be like, oh, I haven't been able to go to the gym in a week because I had to create content. I had to do this. I had to all these other things. And then I would look in the mirror and get frustrated. Or I was going to the gym, but then I would get frustrated at myself because I'm like, dang, I don't know what to talk about in my videos. Da, 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 da. Once you make your bed, lay in it. You need to prioritize in order, put them in tiers, what's important, and then be okay with it. Because it's one thing to categorize. Like, first, right now, my goal is to focus on working my job and growing on social media. My job, I just gotta show up. But growing on social media, that's what I'm doing. So I haven't even been to the gym, if I'm being honest with y'all, in about 2 weeks. I don't plan on going back for another 2, maybe even 3 weeks, because I want to get my schedule together of now working, of now still posting 3 times on social media, of now still reading books and watching podcasts. And so until I can get that straight, then I can focus on the gym. I can't do both. It's too time consuming, money consuming. I can't do both. And for a while, I was frustrated about that. And it will cause me to create content frustrated. It will cause me to go to work frustrated. It will cause me to be a frustrated person. And I had to realize, you made your bed, lay in it. You need to prioritize this. Don't get frustrated. I promise y'all, I don't even care about how my body look right now. I don't, because I know, hey, right now you can't change that. Right now that's not important. Right now that, but before I did, before I was so on myself about, oh, you eating this, you eating that, listen, I just need to get by. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do try to eat as healthy as I can. I should still try to meal prep and stuff like that, but like, it's a thing when you do it right physically, but then when you can also align it mentally. And I think that's what's been great for me, because I'm not frustrated. It goes back to not being frustrated with myself because I didn't deserve it, but the root of it is now that I prioritize stuff. So one thing I had to stop doing to make me happier is prioritizing it and then mentally being okay with it. That's the part that messes you up. You're not mentally okay with it. After you prioritize, after you said this is more important and this is what I got to focus on, you still think about the stuff in the back. Oh, but I can't do this and I can't do that. You can't do it right now. But don't get frustrated about it. Don't get, you hear what I'm saying, all these other things, because like I said, it goes back to, kind of goes into the you don't deserve it right now, but then not even you don't deserve it right now, you don't need it right now. Like, look, I'm not trying to be a Sports Illustrated model. I'm not trying to, you get what I'm saying, walk on a runway. Like, I don't really need to have a great body right now. It would be nice, but I don't need it. And I'm starting to become okay with it. And it makes me a lot happier with my life and, most importantly, myself. Number 3, stop getting mad at people who don't help you when you do not ask for help. I am talking to the Miss Independent. I'm talking to the I can do it myself. I'm talking, yeah, I see you. I am you. Okay. I had to realize I'm getting frustrated that people don't help me. I'm getting frustrated feeling like I'll be there for people. Da, da, da. I don't ask for help. Let's just be so honest and so true with ourselves. Now, I'm not saying you need to, because the root of asking for help sometimes is something as well. Maybe you don't have people that you feel like you can ask for help. Maybe you just, there's a, you know what I'm saying? There's reasons that come from that, but I don't think that's an excuse to not get help. Maybe those particular people you're not going to ask for help from, but you need to start journaling. You need to possibly see a therapist. You need to find, listen, I mean, that's kind of what this entire series is about, finding ways to become happier with yourself. But I had to realize that. Like, I was frustrated, I was annoyed, I was this, but it's like, anybody really knew what you were going through? Yeah, you didn't talk to your friend for 2 weeks. Oh, she should have checked on me. She should have assumed. Did you know for those whole 2 weeks she was crying in her bed every night because she was going through something? Oh, you didn't know that. Okay, well, she was. And I'm not trying to say be that person, because that's what I struggle with as well. Always assuming somebody else was going through something, so I never ask for help. I'm not saying do that, but at the same time, you also don't know what people are going through, and I'm not saying that makes it okay not to ask for help, because at the end of the day, I've been there for friends and I've been going through stuff. I just feel like that's what friendships are. Now, don't be that person that trauma dumps and you're always going through something. You're always, no, but from time to time, like, yes, I might be going through something and my friend is going through something, and that's just what, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But at the same time, I want you to understand that, like, you could have asked, but you didn't. So don't assume that people are always thinking, oh, I haven't talked to her in a week. I haven't talked to her in 2 weeks. Closed mouths don't get fed. If you don't say something, they're not going to know something. You get what I'm saying? And they're not going to be able to help. That's like going to the hospital and being like, help me, help me, help me. And then being like, what's wrong? And you're just saying, help me, help me, help me. And they're like, what's wrong? You're not letting the doctors touch you. You're not letting the doctors see you, but you're crying for help. That's what you're kind of doing. I had to realize that about myself. I'm not letting people see me. I'm not letting people know the wounds. I'm not letting, but I'm assuming that some magical way they're supposed to help me. And then when I really thought about it, I'm like, you know what? I'm the problem. I'm the problem. So that's one thing I had to stop doing. Getting frustrated from not getting help when I'm not asking for it. The next one is one that recently happened this week. Another reason why my voice is going. I am recovering from a little bit of a sickness, like I said in the beginning, because I have a runny nose, but it's also because I lost it a couple days ago, and I think they're just like counteracting each other. Anyways, I recently went out for my best friend's birthday, and when I tell you we had so much fun. Our friends came in from out of state, and like, it's so crazy because I live about an hour away from DC. And so we went to DC. We went out like the day before. We had a game night at our place. Like, we just were having really wholesome fun. And we really did not spend $1 million. But we had a great time. And I realized I need to start waiting to have fun and have intentional fun. Now, there's two ways to look at this, right? Either you're like me, I'm always in the house. I need to start getting out more. I can realize that. But my whole thing is I'm always focused on something. Either it's my business, either it's working out. I'm always focused on something. So I don't really prioritize having fun. I realize as much as I should. And when I say prioritize, I'm not saying I need to go out even something like that every single month. Like I can do something like that every 3 to 4 months, every quarter. That would be really cute, really nice, really mindful. Had a great time. And also when we went out, I think also I liked it because you have to also get your vibe. Like when we went out, if you're familiar with DC, it gives very nice, very cute, very mindful, very, you know what I'm saying? Like to me, DC is like the working class, or like, yeah, like working class Black Mecca. Like it's just a lot of people who are in their 20s, 30s as well. But it's just a nice vibe. Like the men, like even to get into a lot of the restaurants, the one we were in, you can't come in wearing certain stuff. Like a lot of the men were wearing button downs, a lot of the women were all wearing heels. Like, and it was just a nice vibe. It didn't give like Jordans with a Mary jeans, and I didn't see one dude with a big chain. Like it wasn't that vibe. If that's your vibe, cool. But I just say like that wasn't a vibe, and it was just a nice vibe. Like the music was nice. We had bottomless mimosas. I would recommend 21 plus. ID is a must. Like it was just a really good vibe, and we had so much fun. And I realized I need to start intentionally doing this. Like some people be like, "Oh, I don't like going out." When people say that, I think you just don't know the right crowd. You just don't know the right place. Like the city I live in, I probably wouldn't go out like that because it just doesn't give the same aesthetic. And that's another reason why I thought I didn't really want to go out, but it's because I didn't find the right vibe for me. And now I do want to start doing that like every 4 months or so. I'm kind of annoyed that I waited until the end of summer to really find out or really start doing that, but there's two ways to look at it. I was saying before, either you're the person that never goes out and you need to start going out more and having fun more intentionally, or you're the person that goes out too much and you need to start putting it to a halt. But one thing I've realized is I appreciate it so much more, and it was so much more fun because I'm not used to doing that. It was like a vibe. It was like it was an experience, if you will. But I know if I was a person that will always go out, it would have been that fun because we really did. I'm not, like we did stuff, but we honestly kind of really didn't do too much. It was just the people I was with, the vibes. Everybody went home safe. Everybody had a good time. Everybody came out looking nice. Like that's what really made it. I'm gonna be honest. If I did that even every single month, I maybe not would have been so happy about it. So I think that is what's been making me happier, and being intentional about that, having intentional fun on a consistent basis, but it doesn't have to be a often basis. Like consistent for me, like I said, 3 or 4 months. Like that was cool. That was a vibe. That was, and then get back to work, get back to life. But I feel like it just, I don't know. It just makes me feel like, I don't know. Like I'm looking forward to the next time going out. It was so much fun. But yeah, so that's one thing I want to start doing. And I recommend people to start doing more. Just find the vibe for you. That's what I realized. You just have to find your vibe. Maybe that should have been the 60s I learned. Instead of waiting to go out, maybe I should have said, yeah, finding your vibe of going out. Yeah. Now this is going into the men's is contacting men back that I don't want to contact back. Maybe this one is very niche, hyper specific for me, but I know somebody else is going through it. Please comment if you do this as well, so I know I'm not alone. But one thing I realized is I would contact men back knowing that I wouldn't like them. And I used to do it because I kind of felt bad. Like if a guy would DM me, I would DM him back. And it's not even saying I'm giving him my number, but I still would DM him back. Or like if a guy, especially if I kind of knew him, he DM me and I didn't want to really respond, I wouldn't post on my story because like I felt bad. Or even if a guy would text me and I kind of wouldn't want to respond, sometimes I would because I felt bad. Like especially to the young girls. Well, I'm young too, I'm 24, but especially if you're younger to me, do not feel bad for these men. I wholeheartedly am telling you that. And I'm not one that's like, oh, F men, forget men. But at the same time, like, put yourself first. And if you do not want to contact that man, don't contact that man. Because the worst thing you're going to do, and I realize I've gotten into a lot of situationships because of this, that I knew from the beginning wouldn't have lasted, is because I just kept the communication going. Like, and also, don't be saying to your friends, he's calling me. He hit me up again. Yeah, because you're responding. Like, that's another thing too, girlies. We gotta stop doing. Stop responding to these men because it's giving them something to latch on to. Even if it is just an emoji back, even if it is, don't say nothing. Like, I don't really care. Like, you're gonna get over me within a week. You probably are in a whole bunch of other girls' DMs, which is fine. Like, I'm not mad about that, but yeah, go to them. Like, I realized cause I would be like that too. Like, oh, so and so DM me again and so and so, and then you go through the messages and it's like he DM you this, you DM him back an emoji, or you know what I'm saying? You did something and it's like I don't want to give you that time of day or the conversation or the listen. If you got to tell your friends he's annoying or oh he's not that cute or oh he's not, don't respond. I'm telling you right now, I had to get over that because I would feel bad. Or even if I'm in public, I ain't gonna lie, in public is a little scary nowadays because men, yeah, but beyond some crazy stuff. But I would just stop that. Like, stop feeling bad for this man. This man does not feel bad for you, and not like that, but like that. It gets out of your thoughts very quickly. Like, you will be surprised, but you'll feel bad for him today, and then tomorrow you won't even think about him. But if you will think about him tomorrow, if you give him your number and he texts you, or you give him your Instagram and he DMs you, you're gonna think about him for a while. Yeah, don't even get yourself into that. So I had to get myself out of that. And the final one is, I hope I didn't say this before. I hope I didn't say this. Taking the TV out of my room. Um, this is my third year having a TV out of my room. So the last apartment I lived in, no, this is my second year having a TV out of my room. Because the last apartment that I lived in, my room was so tiny and it was just shaped so weird. It was so tiny to the point where the apartment that I came from, I couldn't even bring the dresser inside of there. I had to get a smaller dresser because it was so small. It was so small to the point where I could put my foot inside my closet, I could put my foot on my bed, and I probably could touch my door handle all at the same time. And it was shaped weird. So my whole thing was, okay, I'm gonna mount my TV on a wall. But then I kind of was procrastinating it, but then at the same time, my room was shaped so weird, and we just would watch TV in the living room anyway. So I'm like, you know what? I don't even really know what wall to put it on. It's not that serious. And then when I came here, by luck or whatever, another situation happened where I thought that we brought my TV upstairs when we did the moving, but we didn't. We brought that was the living room TV. And so my TV was in my trunk for months, and I kept saying, I'm gonna bring it up, I'm gonna bring it up. But then after a certain amount of time, I'm like, I don't care enough to bring up my TV. I don't care enough to watch TV. Like, there's a TV in the living room. I want to watch TV, I go to living room. It's right there. And now I feel like it's created an environment in my room of a calm, of a like, I'm intentional. Like, my room I really use to sleep. I really use to do specific things. You know what I'm saying? Like, be calm and just like, I don't know, but I felt like it kind of gave movie theater with my room. I mean, with my TV in the room. Not saying my TV's that big, but just the vibe of like watching TV and being up and being like, once I go to my room, night, time to go to sleep, lights out, like no games to be played. And I like that. Like, before, it's like I could stay up all night watching TV. Now I can't, because if I want to watch TV, I have to physically get myself up and go to the living room. So also, I feel like I watch less TV, also because I don't really have the time. But even when I did have more time, it's because I made it a little bit harder to do. And once you create a little bit of resistance with something and make it harder to do, your body's less likely to do it, because a lot of times you watch TV not because you want to watch it, it's because it's right there in front of you. It's very convenient. You know what I'm saying? So you just do it just because. It's like our phones. You ever just be on your phone randomly and you really have no intention? Like, nobody has emailed you in the past 2 seconds. Like, get off your email, girl. Like, what? It's not that serious. But we do it because it's there and it's convenient. So that's one thing that I had to stop doing. Like, yeah, like, why do I have my TV in my room? And for the next place I go to, I'm also probably not putting my TV in a room, because I don't know. I just like it. It's a better vibe. I feel like I sleep better. And I hope I didn't mention this tip already. I don't think I did, but I wanted to mention that as well. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And go to my playlist, because this is an entire series. I think this is like part 5 or 6 or something like that. So check that out. And don't forget to check back for new videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank y'all, and have a great one.